Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NAK. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I've done this analysis several times in the past, so that's where these annotations are all coming from. And in all actuality, I'm going to go ahead and do some house cleaning here. Yes, these lines that I'm deleting still do pertain to the chart, but in the spirit of, from a presentation standpoint and of not wanting to have a million lines everywhere that can cause clutter and confusion, just want to try to keep this as clean as possible. And that brings about our first update, which is based on a foundational principle in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So for those of you that, maybe remember the last time I did the video and me talking about $1.55 as resistance, now that the price is above it, this would be considered an area of support. But now kind of fast forwarding to today, what do I think about the chart? Well, it really does depend. What do I mean by it depends? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there and you were hoping to sell within, 8.2 seconds, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. But if you care about the big picture of things, the grand scheme, the grand perspective, the bulls are still in full control. The bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And when you're talking about the big picture and those long overall uptrends, that's how uptrends are built. Higher bases. And like I said, the bulls still have plenty of opportunity to do that. And on top of that, if you take a look at this purple line right here, which is the famous 50-period simple moving average, this line has been increasing. And if you want to kind of picture that as like a trend line in and of itself, then yeah, you want to see the price stay above there. And, this is why I love charts. I mean, the price was falling and falling and falling and falling. No, what a coincidence. Decided to finally start to show some signs of strength right at that purple line. So going forward, preferably speaking, if the price can hold up above that purple line, that's going to make the chart look the healthiest and strongest going forward. Now, if the price does drop below the purple line, I'm not sitting here and saying that everything's ruined or anything like that. I mean, you do still have other areas of support below you, namely the $1.55 that we just talked about. But as it stands right now, the price did a good job of holding strong there. And, you can see the final portion of the day, the price, started to head back upwards. So those will be the couple of near-term areas of support. Now, if this upwards move is going to continue, where are some of these potential areas of resistance? Initial area of resistance on any sort of continued upwards bounce, I'm going to go ahead and call right here at the $1.78 mark. You can call it $1.80, I suppose, if you want. After $1.80, next key battleground to keep an eye on, right up there at that point, and that sits at $1.90. And then after that, you can start to talk about, doing, battle with these previous highs. But I realize the previous highs are fun to talk about, but before you start talking about, up around $2, bulls first got to cross these initial hurdles right there. All in all, though, overall chart still perfectly fine. Bulls still have that opportunity to build a higher base, and that's what you want to see in terms of long-term overall uptrends. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point. And like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.